Hey everyone! Today I want to talk about a couple of things that keep coming up in conversations I'm having. Last night, actually, I had two different friends ask me a question, and this was all prompted because of the Zillow headlines that I know you all have seen. So Zillow stopped their iBuying program, which has caused some concerns for just my regular friends. They're thinking, hey, are we in a housing bubble? Is it the right time to buy? So I really want to talk about those things first. Are we in a housing bubble? So the environment now in 2021 is a little bit different than it was in 2006. So a lot of what happened in 2006 when you saw foreclosures and housing prices skyrocketed and then it was a total economic nightmare is because lending requirements were a lot different. And the actual products that you were getting from lenders was a lot different too. So they were backed by mortgages, which ended up being a nightmare, completely different scenario than we're in now. Right now, what we have is a supply and demand issue. So back in the 2000s, these developers went ahead and built all of these houses. They did the opposite in 2010. They kind of slowed down the building, and that has caught up with us. So we don't have enough supply to meet demand. That is why the housing prices have gone up. That's going to happen in any market at any time when there's not enough supply and there's a lot of demand. So that's my opinion on why we are not in a housing bubble. There are much smarter people than me out there, so do your own research, but just hearing it from me, that is what I believe. If I had a crystal ball and I could tell you otherwise, I absolutely would, but do your own research and don't be fearful about what's going on right now. If you just do simple economics, that is what is happening. So that prompted that question. Second, let's go back to the Zillow situation and what's going on with the iBuying program. So Zillow basically is a big gigantic power that decided to use their algorithm to do the estimates that you guys are all familiar with, and then decided to get into the buying houses and selling houses game. So they did that. Algorithms are fabulous for all kinds of things, like boosting my videos that you guys watch, but they're not exactly the best thing for selling real estate. So they went ahead, tried it, decided that this wasn't a good idea anymore because the algorithms were overpricing houses. So that's really what happened. So now they pulled back on that. It wasn't profitable. It doesn't mean that we're at the top of the market. It doesn't mean that we're in a bubble. With that, I've got another question asked to me last night, which was, is it the right time to buy? So because we've gotten this kind of like fear in our head, Zillow's not buying anymore, we must be at the top of the market, this is a bubble, should I buy now, should I wait, our price is gonna go down? Lots of questions spinning in everyone's heads. But really what you wanna consider when it's time to buy a house is a few different things. Are you in a place in your life that you're ready to buy a house? What's kind of your motivation? So let's think about the whys. We always go back to the whys. What's your motivation? Why would we be wanting to buy a house? Is it a change in your lifestyle? Is your family growing? A lot of things to consider. So think about that. One, okay? Because buying a house is what's right for you. It's not necessarily the time of the year or how everything else is going in the world. It's you, it's your life, right? So with that being said, do you have enough money to buy a house? Have you saved? Have you done all the stuff that you need to do to prepare yourself to be able to do that? If you've got a lot of money in savings, you've got a stable job, that's really key too. If you don't know that, you need to have 2 years of stable work. So you need to be employed for 2 years to be able to even get a home loan, so keep that in mind. If you've got that, you've got your savings in line, and it's the right time in your life to buy a house, then buy a house whenever the heck you want to buy a house. Don't worry about what's going on all around you. Like I said, we do not have that crystal ball. We don't know what's going to happen. So if it's the right time for you and you've done all the things that you need to do to prepare yourself, then it's the right time, and go ahead and make that move. So I know there's a lot of headlines out there, things get confusing, so I just wanted to clear some of these things up. Again, my opinions, go ahead and do your own separate research. There's so much great information everywhere, but I just want to do this quick video to clear up some questions that I've been getting lately. So thanks so much.